Good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update. And this update is for jobs report day. Yes, it is Wednesday, the 11th of February, 2026, about 8 a.m. Central Time. I've already sent out to my subscribers the U.S. jobs report, and it came in very shocking. So let's take a look at it and see where we're at. We started off in the morning at 6 a.m. with the MBA mortgage market numbers, and you can see the index itself and the purchasing down slightly, but the refi picked up a little bit. But here's the real surprise of the day. The market and the expectations, I saw ranges from 55,000 to 70,000 new jobs. I didn't see anything for 130,000. Second, this takes from the expected 4.4% unemployment rate to 4.3%. Well, you're saying you have a very strong labor market, not a weak one. Non-farm payrolls, as you could see, they revised the December a little bit. They did the unemployment rate there. They kept it at 4.4%. And as you can see, all the other numbers that are going through here from the earnings on, a little bit stronger on the earnings, but the average hourly year over year stayed about flat. So what does that do? Well, it took the 10-year note from the 4.13 just prior to the report to over the 4.2 level. The stock market could have looked at that and said, uh-oh, is good news bad news, but it didn't. The market is still embracing it. We'll come to that in a minute. We're going to get Kansas City Fed President Schmidt. We have two Fed members speaking today, Schmidt and Bowman. We'll get the EIA petroleum stocks coming out at 9:30. So let's go to the marketplace and see the reaction that you have. Well, as you can see, you're pretty strong right now in the stock market, getting a good jump on it. As I said, bonds and notes, they have added back yield. It's strange what's going on in the currencies. You have a split world. The dollar soared on it to 97.17, is now settling back. The euro broke on the news along with the Swiss franc and the British pound, but not by a tremendous amount. But the pound did move from 137.12 to 136.09. Now, this has given me the impetus to either today or tomorrow do a special report on the dollar or the euro. So look for me to do one of those coming up right away. In the grain market, it's a little bit of the same. Oil strong, meal market not as strong, anywhere near it as the oil market. Corn market slipping a little bit right now. So as I put this all together and look at it, I view the report obviously saying the Fed, there's no need to do anything because of a weak labor market. And that's what we heard from two Fed members yesterday. I would assume you'll hear more of that. And that allows the Fed to keep interest rates where they're at to fight inflation. That's the way that I think you look at all this. But if you think the U.S. economy is not on good footing, wrong. The other part, you're getting a big bid in the energy markets. Remember, President Trump yesterday said maybe another carrier group's going to be sent to the Middle East. Today, Iran's minister, the one that keeps going back and forth in the two-room shuttle between the U.S. and Iran, said that missiles are a red line. They're not going to do anything with that, and maybe they'll give up a little bit of their uranium enrichment. That is a mile away from what President Trump is asking for. And Netanyahu, the president of Israel, it will be with President Trump today. I don't think they're going to have tea and crumpets. I think they're talking, what do they do and how do they get Iran to give up what it is, and do they have to strike it again? This is where I think you're at, and I think you're getting that there. I think you're getting the same thing out of the gold market and maybe some of the other metals as well. So the war is coming back into play, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? Very much so. In any case, if you want my opinions and my ideas on trade, just move your cursor up here and join us in the research. Like I said, I send out these special reports and so on. You can click here if you're watching on YouTube, or go to iraepstein.com. and go to the research section. Everything you need is right there. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great trade morning. I will catch up with you in the afternoon as we do our market reviews. Have a great trading day.